course, Kendrick Lamar dropped his video today.
K-Dot.
Luther, the video with SZA,
You know,
from the GNX album.
it was hot.
Yeah, we got an opportunity all to see it.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I mean,
liked
the visuals were straight.
Everything.
I'm gonna say this.
Raunchy and
This might be the best Luther sample that a rapper has done ever.
That's
Ever.
facts.
This is this song. You
I
got
sampled, I made a couple Luther beats.
Well,
No disrespect.
no disrespect.
Okay.
No disrespect.
Well,
but
this is the most
from
successful
the
one.
Luther samples that I've heard rappers rap over, this might be by far the best.
Yeah.
It might be by far the best. You know, I'm not the biggest K-Dot fan, but this song is serious.
And then on top of that, it's not no overkill. You feel what I'm saying? It was tastefully
done.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And he gave proper tribute to
Luther at the end.
At the end.
If Luther heard this, I'm
He
sure
would
he
hate
would.
it.
No, he wouldn't.
I'm
Luther
sure
don't like
Luther would have
nothing.
loved that. Nah, I'm sure
What
Luther
if he
would
had
have
In
loved
Vogue
that.
on it? Luther would have hated that shit.
I don't know, but he would have loved this rendition. I really think that SZA and K-Dot really killed this
Yeah,
track.
this is smash shit.
Yeah.
SZA was looking right in the video in the
Exactly.
beginning when
Yep.
she took the jacket off. I said, "Oh, there." I think every guy did that. Every heterosexual dude.
yes.
We saw her take off the jacket. Was like,
Yes.
"Damn." Okay.
She had confidence in herself to go natural, come back natural.
Yes. She was looking rather thick. I was just a fan of the visuals. You know, the I guess the space, because you could see a lot of the environment in the video, so it wasn't a lot of close shots all the time.
Yeah,
there were a
like-
few in the elevator, of course, but I like kind of the open space. There was a lot of room in there, I guess you could say.
You had to look. You had to look. You know. So if you ever want to be a nitpicky ass MF, you feel what I'm saying? You can get the look, especially if you high as hell. Shit.
And I like the contrast of the black and white shots with the color shots, and I kind of like the film grading that they use, where it looked like kind of an older look with the film, with the grain in it and stuff like that. See, I'm a video editor, so
So you pick up on all
I picked
that
up
stuff.
on all the
Yeah.
little details of the stuff they use. So
It's definitely a great video, though.
yeah, that was a great video. But didn't Drake kind of do a similar style before that with the Nokia joint or whatever? I'll be honest, I didn't really watch that video.
I never did neither, and I just like how again K-Dot being petty.
Yes.
He working with the person that film director that
Yeah.
did the video, did something with Drake.
Oh,
Supposed to be Drake's film director. Supposed.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. So K-Dot got in there
Being petty again.
being petty.
Well, you know, since K-Dot came, Drake came out like not too long ago when he was his
SSSS.
yeah, all that. You feel what I'm saying? So you know, K-Dot like it's all good. So he gave him a little subtle jab. Bow.
Anticipating Drake's next album.
You are?
I'm not.
I'm
anticipating
kind
his
of
next
like,
album.
eh.
I mean, because it's not.
I mean, I got to see how you're going to come back from this. How
It's
much
not
is
gonna
this
be done-
going to take away from you? Because at the end of the day, we can sit here and say what we want. Drake makes great music. You might not like him as a person, whatever, but he will make a bop, as they call it.
Yeah, I
as
mean,
the kids call it. He'll make a
again,
bop.
But who is he? I mean, he had a lane to where he can cater both. You know,
And that's
dudes.
why I'm saying
now that lane, the other lane is crushed right now. He hurt right now, so he's gonna stand. He gonna make his music geared to the women.
As
You
he
see what I'm
calls
saying?
himself the boy, he going to come with something, and this is usually the time that he comes.
He doing
with
the
something.
lawsuits.
So
That's why he doing the lawsuits, because he trying to find some dirt so he can put it in the damn lyrics. That's why he
Has
going.
there been any updates on that since
Well,
they've...
no, it's like I said, they done pushed it back to where they supposed to have a hearing whether they be able, even though when we reported last week that he won a little win to where he be able to look at the contracts with K-Dot make, but that ain't nothing because they have it's supposed to be within a few weeks upcoming hearing to where they go ahead and dismiss the whole lawsuit out together.
like I said, just get back to making music. All
Yeah, man.
this stuff
He
is
hurt.
just get back to making music.
hurt.
Like That's the only thing you can do to.
Man, he took two
get,
L's of two dark skinned brothers back to back.
I mean, it happens.
Nah, not like this. He got slaughtered.
Look, how many artists go at each other like that? It happens.
Not like this. This was, you remember, this is the first time a beef that went global.
Like
we ain't talking about
there have never been any
right, and he had all the damn white folks
Drake
at the Super Bowl
all
singing
challengers that have come at him, all of them. He's never really ducked smoke. I don't really knock Drake when
he
lose,
never got smashed like this
when
too.
You lose when you take on a challenge, you're either going to win or lose.
Yeah,
it's
that's
going
true.
To be one or side, but at least you have the gall and the guts to get in there and do it. That's why I always give Drake a little bit more. Yeah, he lost, but you're either going to win or lose. But at least you have the guts.
But it's how you lost, though. It's how you lost. So it's one thing to lose. You know what I'm saying? When he lost to what's my man? Pusha. But this what makes this. But even though he had an advantage over Pusha because he's a global artist. Pusha is back in our era, you know what I'm saying? The internet didn't even play no game in this stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So it was different. So the fact that him and K-Dot is in the same genre, you feel what I'm saying? He's able to push back and use what he had the advantage over Pusha. So in other words, the loss to Pusha it didn't sting as bad because you talking about an old vet.
I'm gonna say it like this. To me, and both disses that he lost. The one he lost to Pusha, the story of Adidon was what Pusha did to beat him. But Duffy, whatever it was called, that was a hot track.
Yeah,
that was a hot track. Just like with the K-Dot beef. Before Not Like Us, Family Matters was a hot track. It's not like Drake wasn't dropping hot tracks and getting blown off because he's trash. No, his competition was just making better songs.
So the difference is with this one was you got people dancing to the damn beat, the beef. Every other, you name me any beef that a dance was created off of that. I'll wait. Nobody's done that. And then on top of that,
I don't think a dance was created. They just crip walk on it.
Huh?
Yeah. Crip walking wasn't created by Not Like Us.
No, in other words,
crip walk to
it. Okay. Well, let me go. No, let me go ahead and rephrase what I said. They didn't create a dance. What I'm talking about is it went global. You know, crip walk again. It's a regional thing. You feel what I'm saying? It's like you West Coast. You know, in that state, in that city, this went global, and so that's a different thing. So when you on the biggest stage at the Super Bowl, you got a record number of people watching the Super Bowl singing that same lyric, that's different. That's a different type of sting, bro.
And I'll admit that all I was saying was it's not like they like killed Drake on the track and stuff because Drake's tracks held their own.
Yeah, we're not saying they didn't held their own, but when he came in with the finishing move, K-Dot did. You feel what I'm saying? It was listen, bro. All of this, it came a phenom. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody playing it from the colleges, the damn high school, and it like I said, it made it to the Super Bowl. That's all. No beef has ever. Number one, this is the reason why this was an all-time beef. Because one of all-time greatest. Because number one, this is the first time in hip-hop that has been global. We talking about two countries. Number one. Number two, you feel what I'm saying? Everybody's taking a regional thing and it globalized it. You feel what I'm saying? And number three, which it can be 1 or 1A, 1B, it made it to one of the most visual watch event. That is the Super Bowl. No beef had never made it to the Super Bowl. So there was a global, again, he reiterated to where everybody within the stadium, in their homes, is singing that verse.
I just think, like, because the Nas Jay-Z beef was, it might not have been as big as this is, but it was global. Everybody knows Ether. Everybody knows Jay-Z's diss track. You know that's pretty global.
Right, because again, the difference is in that time, the internet didn't play a role. So when you're able to do that, that's another level.
So you just have the two biggest, I guess hip hop stars at the time going at each other, and like you said, it spilled over into the Super Bowl. But not taking away from K Dot, because he won the beef and stuff. But I'm just waiting to see what Drake, what kind of music he's going to come back with. Just like I'm waiting on J. Cole.
Yeah.
We
still waiting on him.
Like we're still waiting on the fall off.
Right.
Like I thought we were going to get a bit of the fall off before Dreamville.
Right.
Nope.
Nah, he's still sitting on this. So we're waiting on both artists to come back, and J. Cole even more. Like, what are you going to talk about?
So that's why when we was talking about when he was doing them subtle jabs, like, hey, you can't do that because we waiting on you to drop something. You ain't even dropped no album before this beef, and since it's been gone.
Cole dropped Port Antonio, and
that was it.
Yeah, I think that was it. But
talking about what he would have done,
but he been missing. That's why I'm like, I really can't.
He dropped Port, and guess what? He dropped Clouds. He dropped that, and ain't nobody's talking about it though. You feel what I'm saying? I forgot he dropped that. Yeah. See what I'm saying?
None of us remember it.
Exactly. So there you go. Again, that just showed you how this beef has really it will cause listeners to look at you a certain way. Now, like I said, you have a point. Drake held his own. I can't take nothing from him.
Now, Kendrick is dominating the year now. So far, he has the most streamed song in the U.S. in 2025, the highest selling album in all genres, the highest selling song by Pure Cells with Not Like Us, and the highest selling song by Total Units with Luther. So he's
oh, you can't knock what he's accomplished this year. Like, we're a quarter into the year now.
So now when you trying to drop your music, how can you drop your music and he's on fire like that? Because now, whether it's fair or not, you're gonna be judged harshly. You feel what I'm saying? Because
that's how it should be, though.
Well, like again,
If we're going to get back to the art of hip hop,
right?
That's always what it's been about. You've been judged to make great content,
correct?
And somewhere along the lines, we've let this other content come into hip hop, and now it's kind of confused what it is. But no, we still have a criteria when it comes to good music. Mm-hmm. Like the one I was like, I wasn't really feeling at first. The Plug. The Plug.
Yeah, because
after listening to him, the kids that play him at work and stuff like that, out of the new artists, I can
I like him. I like him.
So I can do with him. Mm-hmm. I can do with him. I'm not going in front on him.
Yeah, there's a couple young cats. I list him. Niggas out in Texas, bro. They hot right now.
Texas is hot right now.
Yeah, they had all last year. They've been blazing last year.
And Memphis. Yeah. Memphis hot too.
Well, Memphis had it a year before then, because that's when Young Dolph was him, and then was blazing up before he got and stuff like that. And then after Memphis, then Texas was Texas like last year. So we're gonna see. No. So now we got to say Cali because of K Dot. You feel what I'm saying? But it's just. It's on fire right now. So you gotta say over there in Cali is blazing.